Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Oracle spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements, Wisdom, Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off on our own astrology as we have in front of us to get an idea of where you folks should be as far as that goes. Alright. We have the South Node, and the South Node is actually in Libra, and for you guys, that's your 6th house of health, work, daily routines. We have 5 and 5th house energy for you guys is Virgo. We're still wrapping up Virgo season at the time of recording this, and in general, 5th house energy points to romance, creativity, and children. And Taurus, so you guys, as far as what's going on in your part of the zodiac, we've had Uranus there for quite some time. It's still retrograde. Jupiter also in there, still retrograde, and there's actually going to be a full moon eclipse, the last one in your sign for a very long time, and that'll be toward the end of October. So it makes sense to see this energy pop up as well. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. Okay, in the main situation position, we have the Devil, and challenging that, we have the King of Wands. So this could say you guys might be obsessively working towards something, and if that's the case, I could see it being a work-related thing to where maybe you're trying to get a level up within your career, right? Maybe you're trying to get a promotion or some kind of certification that will earn you a higher standing in your jobs. And for some of you, this could also be a situation around your work environment as well, where maybe, you're just in the cycle of constantly investing into your home environment. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 2 of Swords. So Libra energy here, and we talked about how that's also where the South Node is that came up in your dice. So it could just be saying that maybe you're reevaluating if this is still a cycle that you want to continue in, right? So another way I could see that King of Wands energy playing out is, let's say, that could represent your early upbringing, right? So maybe you were just raised that, you have to constantly work, you have to work hard all the time, right? Dedicate a lot of your life to work. And you might be questioning if that's really the type of pathway that's right for you, right? So not that you want to abandon work altogether, obviously, but you might be looking for something that's a bit more of a balance than what you currently have going, where it feels like the vast majority of your time and energy is going strictly to work. All right, past energy, we have the Moon. So yeah, this could just be saying that you might not have been seeing the situation too clearly in the past, right? So you might have just found yourselves all of a sudden feeling like you were in over your head, right? Where it's like, okay, I thought this was going to be the right fit for me, but now that I'm actually in this position, it feels like it's a bit overwhelming. All right, in the present position, we have Temperance. So this is a good indicator here. This is actually the major arcana card for Sagittarius, but more than that, it represents balance as well. So this could just be saying that at least for the time being, you might strike that balance between, okay, yes, I am putting a lot of energy toward my work life, toward this goal, right? Possibly constantly working on my home environment, but okay, now I actually find this balance to where I can step away, right? Get some rest, be able to feel reset and rejuvenated. In the near future position, we have the 3 of Wands. So I feel like this is saying you're at the point now where you're really just waiting to see the results of all the work you have been putting in, right? So maybe it's just one of those things too where, like, let's say going back to the work scenario where if you've been working toward a promotion, right, you might feel like somehow the goalpost always gets moved around that, right? To where they're like, if you complete this project or whatever, that'll put you in good standing for this promotion or for this raise, right? But then you complete that thing, and then there's another thing that they want you to do, right? So it could be one of those situations there where you realize what you bring to the table, you value what you bring to the table, but you're just waiting to see the actual rewards for that. position of your influence in a situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it could just be saying that with Jupiter in your sign, you've been putting a lot more energy. Maybe you've even found yourselves with more energy than you normally would have, right? But it's just a matter of feeling like, oh, but it's not paying off. And then that could be pointing to the fact that, like we mentioned, Jupiter is retrograde in your sign pretty much for the rest of the year. So it could just be one of those things where it's saying, yeah, the work you're putting in might actually be accumulating in a positive way, but it could just be a timing thing as far as actually seeing tangible proof of that in the external world. All right. In the environment position, we have the Nine of Swords. So yeah, it looks like there could definitely be some concern on your part around like, okay, is this ever really going to pay off, right? So yeah, I feel like this is definitely testing your patience as far as, again, like I said, I feel like you're not really doubting the quality of your work, nor should you from what I'm seeing, but it's just more of you feel like the dots aren't connecting, right? Where you're like, okay, I know the value I bring it consistently, but I'm not seeing the appreciation for that. Hopes or fears, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, for some of you, this could just be a hope, right? Where you're like, okay, intuitively, I need to figure out what am I supposed to be learning from the situation, right? Why do I feel this blockage when it feels like I'm doing everything the right way? All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Page of Cups. So to me, this is an indicator that you're getting closer to figuring out a way around the situation, but I feel like this is saying that you're not quite there yet, you know? So you're going to feel a lot more close to figuring out the solution here. And for some of you, this could even point to the fact that, like I said, when we get to the toward the end of October, there will be that full moon eclipse in your sign, and that's going to be the last one in your sign for around a decade or so. So it could just be one of those things where that's going to be that last lesson that finally makes things click for you. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, this could just be saying that a new opportunity might come your way, or new idea for how to handle a situation might come your way as well. And again, timeline-wise, to me, I feel like that full moon in their sign is going to be pretty important in that regard. For some of you, you might even feel it as early as the Aries full moon, given that that'll be in your 12th house. But given what we're seeing, including the dice, I feel like that last full moon eclipse in your sign is going to be significant. For your Four Agreements card, we have Always Do Your Best, and it says stay in the present moment. Okay, it says keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. So yeah, definitely a good message there, especially for those of you who are feeling that Nine of Swords energy heavily, right? And like I said, maybe feeling like you're just constantly working on something with this future goal in mind. It could just be saying that, have a little trust that what you're doing is valuable and will be valued eventually. It's just more of a timing thing. For your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Time to Go. There's the artwork, and the number is 45. Okay, essential meanings. It says endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. The Oracle's message, you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. See, interesting when it says your destiny is calling you, because that makes me think of the Two of Swords energy in the Foundation, where, like I said, it seems like you might be weighing your options, and then seeing that Ace of Pentacles could point to a new opportunity coming your way, right? Like I said, with that Page of Cups, you just might feel like you're not quite ready just yet. The relationship message says it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, because in a relationship context, maybe that's what that devil energy could represent for you, right? Where you might feel this strong karmic pull with a person, and maybe you're having hope of it becoming a more formal, long-term, traditional commitment, but maybe it feels like that never really seems to happen. Okay, the prosperity message says, this message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign, because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finished your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you close one door, another opens. So interesting there where it mentions fortune specifically, because like we said, you guys have Jupiter in your sign right now, but it's retrograde. So you might feel like it's causing delays where maybe the desire for these things is increasing, but feeling like you're actually able to get them could be what's lacking at this time. All right. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. This is your mudra here. It's the Makara mudra. The keyword for it is fertility. All right. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says improves memory, strengthens the kidneys, helps to relieve low back pain, nourishes the hair, restores energy reserves. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the names in the description of the video. As always, we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.